Good morning, students. Welcome back in your chemistry class. Let's start part 4 of chapter 3, metals, non-metals. And now, students, will learn about the chemical properties of metals. As we have done the physical properties of metals, in which we studied about the physical properties, how is the appearance of metal, how the boiling point, melting points of metal, and so on. In chemical properties, we'll study how do metals react. In this part of video, we are going to study how do metals react with oxygen. This is the word equation of reaction of metal with oxygen, that metal plus oxygen gives metal oxide. So all the metals when react with oxygen forms metal oxides. But you know that some metals react very fast, very vigorously, as in case of sodium and potassium. Even if these metals are kept open in air, they catch fire. So that is why they are kept immersed in the kerosene oil also. And you know that magnesium, it also reacts with oxygen. This reaction you have done in chapter 1, that it burns with the dazzling flame. So magnesium burns with oxygen, forms magnesium oxide, that is MgO. In the same way, copper also reacts with oxygen. This reaction also you have done in case of the oxidation reaction, if you remember it, that copper reacts with oxygen, form copper oxide. In the same way, aluminium also reacts with oxygen and form aluminium oxide. In the same way, you can write the reaction even for zinc. Zn plus O2 will give ZnO. In this way, you can give the reaction of iron also, and so on. So these all metals react with oxygen to form metal oxide, and these metal oxides are basic in nature. How can you prove that these are basic in nature? You know that when you will check it with the litmus solution or the litmus paper, these will turn red litmus paper or red litmus solution to blue. It shows that metal oxides are basic in nature. And one more important thing, that when these metal oxides are dissolved in water, mostly metal oxides are insoluble in water, but some metal oxides can dissolve in water, like sodium oxide, like potassium oxide. They dissolve in water to form sodium hydroxide and potassium hydroxide. And these sodium hydroxide and potassium hydroxide are alkalis. These are called alkalis. Now, amphoteric oxides. What are amphoteric oxides? Students, you know that metallic oxides are basic in behavior, but sometimes these oxides show basic as well as acidic both behavior. In that case, these oxides are known as amphoteric oxides. Means they can react with acid as well as they react with base. You can see the examples. These are the aluminum oxide and zinc oxide, which are the examples of amphoteric oxides. You can see the reaction. This is aluminum oxide, reacts with hydrochloric acid. So here it is the acid. So it shows here basic behavior. And then forms salt and water, that is aluminum chloride and water. This reaction is the neutralization reaction. Acid plus base gives salt and water. Here this aluminum oxide reacts with base, shows the acidic behavior. So acid plus base gives salt and water. This sodium aluminate, NaAlO2, that is sodium aluminate plus water. See here, zinc oxide reacts with acid to form zinc chloride, that is ZnCl2 plus water. Next, zinc oxide plus NaOH, sodium hydroxide, gives sodium zincate, that is Na2ZnO2 plus H2. Students, this is the best way of learning if you will learn then read the formula with the name. If you will read only the formula, you will forget the name. If you will read only the name of the compound, you will forget the formula. So that is why I am reading it for you, so that you can learn what is the formula of the particular compound. Now metals react differently with oxygen. Means all the metals do not react at the same rate with oxygen. Some react vigorously, some react at room temperature also, some react on heating, and some even do not react. It depends metal to metal how do they react with oxygen. You know, sodium and potassium, these are very vigorously reactive. They react even if they are kept open in air, they catch fire. And that is why, for preventing these accidental fire, they are kept immersed in kerosene oil. Magnesium, aluminium, zinc, lead, they all react with oxygen of air, and a thin layer of oxide deposit on it. As you have seen in case of magnesium, it has a magnesium oxide layer on it. In the same way, aluminium also has oxide layer, and zinc also, as well as lead also, because they can react even with the oxygen of air without heating it. Lead, iron does not burn on heating, but iron flings burn vigorously when sprinkled on flame. So this is how iron reacts with oxygen. If iron fillings are sprinkled on the flame, these burn vigorously. Copper also react with oxygen but on heating. You know that when copper is heated, a hot metal is coated with the black colored copper oxide. Otherwise, copper does not burn. Silver and aurum, that is gold, does not react even at high temperature. So this is how the metals react with oxygen. In the same way, we will see how do metals react differently with water, differently with acid also. Anodizing. Anodizing is a process of forming a thick oxide layer of aluminium. Aluminium develops a thin oxide layer when exposed to air. This aluminum oxide coat makes it resistant to further corrosion. The resistance can be improved further by making the oxide layer thicker. During anodizing, a clean aluminum article is made the anode. This article, you can see, it is the anode, and these two electrodes are used as cathode here, and this is the battery. This battery is connected with the aluminum article as well as with the cathode, and this is the electrolyte, which is acidic electrolyte, in which sulfuric acid is taken, dilute sulfuric acid. So the oxygen gas evolves at anode, reacts with the aluminum to make a thicker protective oxide layer. This oxide layer can be dyed easily to give the attractive finish to aluminum article. That's all for today. Thank you.